Improvising tips for Nuage. I'm Rob Nolan, and in this series of videos, I'm answering your questions on playing gypsy jazz guitar. And I got a question from Ed about improvising on Nuage, Django's famous ballad Nuage. And here's, it's a big topic, and there's lots of chords, and it's kind of a long sequence Nuage. So here's some tips on how I kind of think about how I would go about it. The first thing to do is to not be overwhelmed by the tune, by the changes, because when you look at Nuage on paper and you got all those chords, it's like a massive form, and it's like, where do I start? Well, the thing to do, first of all, is to break it down into chunks. So, that first bit, for example, like that's the first little phrase that repeats. So again, so I would look at that bit first. I would literally loop that idea in my mind or make a backing track and look for ways to improvise over those chords, kind of making a little micro thing out of that, like chunking it down. And when you look at Nuage, there's another, the next section is when it's going into E minor. So again, that's a minor 2-5-1 into E minor. So then I would kind of isolate that and then work out my nice ideas going into E minor. Then you've got the bit where it goes A7, goes down a fret, A7, and then again D7, upper fret. Okay, so then stop there, look at that bit as well, look at ideas to go over. And isolate each bit and then start to kind of piece together ideas and nice licks. And then, Nuage, then you've got the intro bit again. So that's familiar, you've already looked at that. And then you've got this bit where it goes. And that bit isn't, even though it sounds completely new, it's the same progression, but just up a fourth. So instead of B flat minor 7, E flat 7, you've got E flat minor. So, you don't have to be scared of that. There's something which you already kind of know how to do in a different key. And then from there, then you've got the bit where it goes to the minor, C minor 9, F7. So that's one little bit. You want to, this is just things which work for me. I like to isolate little bits and work out what sounds good, And then you're back to G major. And then you've got the same intro section again. So let me actually start to piece some little bits of solo together for you. So I'm looking at that first bit and I'm going. So this bit, that's a phrase I like to use over the, I go, it's a nice 2-5 kind of lick I use over B flat minor 7, E flat 7. And there's the B flat minor there. So there's the 2-5. This is a thing I like to do over the A minor 7 flat 5, D7 G. I like to do this lick. That's the way I like to kind of navigate through that change. So you play the A half diminished, then kind of peel off it. And then you're at the G major again. Yeah. So if I was just using those ideas through the beginning of Nuage, I would play repeat that section. And then, okay, so I just practiced that over and over again. And I teach in a lot of my courses, I go in depth to Nuage, but I'm not going to do that right now. I don't have time. But that's the kind of way that I go through these tunes and break down each little bit at a time. And I think that's more, it's more attainable to then build your own solos instead of, practicing going through Nuage and kind of struggling with it. But what you should do is just take a step back and take each little section at a time. And that's really going to help you out. And find the ideas which sound natural, which you like the sound of, and just keep kind of upgrading those ideas. So there's a little taste of how you can improvise on Nuage, and which is a great tune to improvise on. And if you've got a question, then don't be shy. Send an email to questions@gypsyjazzsecrets.com, and I'd love to make a video for you. And thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give us a like. So I'll see you really soon in a new video. Hey, it's Robin. Did you like that lesson? If you did, you can do 3 things right now to continue your journey into Gypsy Jazz. Number 1, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I hope you do, because every week I can send you a new video answering your questions into Gypsy Jazz guitar playing. Number 2, you can download your free issue of Gypsy Jazz Guitar Secrets magazine, and you can do that by clicking here or going to gypsyjazzsecrets.com. And number 3, you can check out my Gypsy Jazz Transfusion Club, and you can do that by going here, clicking on the button, or go to gypsyjazztransfusionclub.com. So if you'd like to do any of that, just click on these buttons, and I look forward to seeing you in another video really soon.